All right, welcome back everyone. So today we're going to do something a little different. We're not digging into some huge complex article or a massive data set. Nope. Instead, we are all putting on our detective hats to solve a mystery that's presented in just 3 little words.
So here it is. This is our entire source, our only clue, taken from a YouTube video. Heat. Heat. Heat up here. That's it. That is literally all we have to go on. Looks like almost nothing, doesn't it?
But what if I told you there's a whole world of meaning and some pretty cool communication theory packed right into this tiny fragment? Our whole goal here, really, is to see just how much we can uncover from what seems like a total throwaway line. All right, let's start digging in.
Okay, so let's dive into this. You know, any good investigation, it starts with looking really closely at the evidence. We need to break this phrase down piece by piece to even begin to understand its potential power.
So our main clue is the word heat. And right off the bat, we're kind of at a crossroads. Are we talking about literal heat? You know, like the sun beating down or a super stuffy room? Or is it something more metaphorical, like the heat of the moment, the heat of an argument, maybe a building pressure? This one word already sends us in 2 totally different directions.
Now, what's really fascinating here is how you can see it escalate. See, whoever wrote this, they didn't just say, it's hot. They started with heat, then they repeated it. Heat, heat, and even capitalized it to add some punch. That repetition builds intensity. You can almost feel that sensation, whatever it might be, just getting stronger and way more urgent with each word.
And then we get those last 2 words, up here. And honestly, this is a total game changer. It takes this abstract feeling of heat and grounds it in a specific place. It isn't just happening anymore, it's happening somewhere. But is that a real physical place? Or maybe, just maybe, is it all in their head?
Okay, so let's keep going and see where this takes us. We've basically broken the clue down into its parts. Now it's time to try and put it all back together, but in a few different ways. What are the possible stories that could lead to someone saying this exact phrase? And wow, the possibilities they're surprisingly huge, right? I mean, think about it. This could easily be a character in a video game who's climbing a volcano. Or hey, maybe it's just someone working in a boiling hot attic during a summer heat wave. Or what if it's someone talking about extreme mental stress and up here actually means inside their own mind? Heck, it could even be a random song lyric or a social media post completely torn away from its original meaning.
And this slide, it just perfectly lays out the 2 main theories we're looking at. So you've got theory A, it's all physical. It's hot in this room. Super simple. But then there's theory B, which is completely psychological. The pressure is getting to me. We're talking about the exact same words, but they lead to 2 completely opposite interpretations. One is about the world around you, and the other is about the world inside your head.
So which one is it? A complaint about the weather or an emotional breakdown? The attic or the anxiety? Well, this is where our little investigation hits a wall. Here's the twist. Without the original source, without seeing that video it came from, the case, well, it stays unsolved.
And really, that's the whole point. This wasn't ever about finding the one right answer. This little puzzle shows us something so important about how we communicate. Context is everything. It's king. These 3 words are like an empty container. The meaning isn't in the words themselves. It's poured in by the situation around them. And without that situation, we're all just left guessing.
And you know, that's the big idea I want to leave you with. We see it every single day, right? Headlines, tweets, quotes, all just stripped of their original context. This little 3-word mystery, it's the perfect reminder to stop and ask ourselves, when we see just a tiny piece of the story, how much of the real meaning are we actually missing out on?